Hi, my soul family. My name is Brandy. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, Queen Kitty Tarot. Tonight's video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do. I today have received some information when I was in the car today driving, and I realized like the light bulb for me just completely went off, because I realized that what happened to me today happens to me all the time, but today was the first day that I actually realized what it was. So tonight we're gonna just be talking a little bit about channeling or downloads. I don't know what is like the actual term of what a lot of people say or what they call it, but I completely did not realize that this is what it was. I've always just gotten things popped in my mind and I didn't know that it was channeling or receiving information from some type of outside source other than myself. So first I'm going to start off by saying that I was at work and I have an app on my phone that I downloaded when we have hurricanes. We had a hurricane last year and I left and I went to Texas, my family and I downloaded it because I was trying to see like when the roads were going to be up so I can come home. So I left it on. I never turned it off. So every single day I receive alerts and messages from the news, the local news in my area. And it's just constantly like negative things, bad things, and you know, I'll either just, you know, swipe it up and then like delete it or never look at it, whatever the case is. But something in particular came across my phone Friday. Today is Saturday, September 16th or 17th. So I got some type of an alert on my cell phone with this app, and what it was is saying that there was an actual shooting at the Hyundai dealership where I live. Okay, now this is the place where I bought my car. So I kind of thought to myself, oh wow, that is just so weird, right? I was just there. The shooting happened yesterday, Friday. I was there Wednesday to talk about where my license plate was gonna come, or are they gonna send my stuff to the DMV or whatever the case is. So, and I had to go get my second key for my car. So I was there. And the guy who sold me the car was there. And even that whole day that I spent there, that very first day, getting the car, I never knew how old he was, but he was kind of like telling me his story about how, you know, the owner brought him and someone else down from Alabama, and how they worked there, and they were living there a month, and you know, he just had this energy about him that was just very, I don't know, magnetic. And I just remember our very first 5 minutes together, I was just kind of telling him like, hey, let's cut the bullshit. You know, I know how car dealerships are. I mean, how salesmen are. Like, we're not going to go back and forth. They're not going to tell me this, this, and that, or up the price. This is my situation. This is how much I have, like this, and that. And he just looked like, wow, okay, like you're serious, or you know what's going on. He gave me an awesome deal. Because I guess he knows or knew, I don't know exactly what is his exact relationship with the owner of the dealership, but anyways, he went over and beyond, and he was just, I don't know, I'm an older person, and I've came in contact with many people, and he was one of those people that I've came in contact before, that he just had this this spunk, this energy, this like realness, this like truthfulness about him. And even more so now, because like I'm really, since I've been on my journey the last 4 or 5 months, I'm really in tune, and I'm really watching everybody and being an empath, I can pick up on that. So long story short, you know, the whole time I was there, I got to see how all the other coworkers were just like walking, like how they all were walking past. The place was busy. I mean, like the 10 or 12 tables that they have inside, like the sales department, everybody was somewhere. There were people outside, there were people pulling up. It was busy that day. And I ended up staying the whole entire day just because of my situation. It was a lot going on. He got in the car with me. We test drove the car. So it was really cool. He was super nice and everything. And so as I'm there the whole day, I got there at 12, I left at 8 o'clock. Okay, I was there the whole day. So he offered food. The owner was like, hey, you know, let me get you something to drink. He helped me with the vending machine. I talked about all that in another video. So I was watching how all the other coworkers were just like, hey, what's going on? Tapping him on the back and smiling. And he just had this certain energy, and they were not doing that with everybody. So long story short, I get this alert on my phone about some type of shooting down at the dealership. So I just looked like, wow, I hope. And the first thing that popped in my mind was, I hope that the person specifically that was working with me was not involved, did not get hurt. Maybe he wasn't there that day. So today, I'm feeling weird. I just had a weird feeling. I'm in the car. I'm getting like all this information. I'm kind of going through a rough patch right now, personally and spiritually, and I'm just having a lot going on. My son is sick. I am having a upper respiratory infection, so I have a lot on my mind. So I started to get like all this information as I'm driving. It usually happens to me when I'm driving, in the shower, or doing dishes. I don't know why that happens like that, but it does. Something told me, look at your phone. I looked at my phone and I like searched it up because it was a nagging feeling. I wanted to know more about it. So I look and I read it, and sure enough, it was another coworker had gotten in an argument with either him, my personal salesman, or someone else. But the person that actually sold me the car was actually the one that ended up getting shot and killed yesterday. And regardless, like, I've only had an interaction with this person, like, briefly. I don't know him, he doesn't know me. You know, the age difference is crazy. Like, he's very, very young. It really affected me. It affected me so much to where this whole day I just like, I'm just getting information, and I didn't realize that I thought they were my own feelings and my own thoughts that I was having, but they're not. So tonight's video, I'm just gonna do kind of like an energy reading. Oh boy, to see, not so much an energy reading, but I just kind of want to tell you and talk about what it is that the information that I've been told, or what. I mean, it's so much so that I was supposed to sit down and make this video because I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. My whole house is clean. I had a really awesome day with my kids. I made dinner and everything like that. But and even so, I was trying to play the game with my friend, and for some reason, it just wasn't connecting. Like, I spent like an hour trying to load into a game with her, and it wasn't working for some strange reason. So it was like, no, turn off the game. Don't watch your show. Don't do anything else. I got in the shower so I could cleanse myself while I sat down and gave you all of this information that I got. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about what has been said, and I don't know if anyone ever is gonna watch any of my videos or come to this channel, or if this channel is even gonna reach like a broader a broader range of people. Maybe only the people that are on my, not friends list, but only like a very select few might only be the ones watching this video. But this is my first time doing this, so it is definitely something new for me as far as getting on camera and just talking about the information that I received today. So basically, there's a lot going on. Everybody knows that there's a lot going on right now in this world, on this planet. It's affecting literally everybody. And there's so many people out there who think that like there's a actual like heaven or hell, which it is, but I'm just going to directly tell you what I have received from my information. Basically right now, I'm sure all of you know this, so it's not going to be as like a big surprise, but we're definitely right now in a big spiritual warfare, okay? So what's happening is that there's so many people right now, like on the planet, that are waking up and they're realizing like the way that our countries ran, the way that the world is ran, ads to buy this, to buy that, you know, social class, separating people by race, separating people by sexual preference, separating people from, that's the actual spiritual warfare, okay? So the people that know about their spiritual journey, or know like they're awakened, or they already know like who we are and like what our actual purpose is, it's literally to raise the vibration of the whole entire planet, because so many people are just being tested in their faith, in their home situation, in their work, in their relationship with their families, with their children. It's just so much going on. And then, but so many people are turning like to the bad side, meaning like the way that the economy is, with, you know, the way that they're, one week you go in to get eggs and they're $2.89 for what, 18 pack, and you go into the store the next week and they're like $6, or milk and bread. And the people where you work, like they don't want to give you raises, they don't want to, you know, it's just like right now everybody knows this, like it's bad, but it's really, really, really getting bad, okay? And there are people here that are like trying to help and get other people to get on the same vibration, okay? Like we're still human, we still go off of our human emotion, as far as like getting pissed off when someone cuts us off in traffic, getting pissed off when somebody cuts us off in line, you know, getting upset when someone says something rude to your child or to you, or whatever the case is. We are still human at the end of the day, but I feel like this is like our judgment, or this, like we're living in that time right now, and that information was just like being given to me over and over and over, and I was trying to like ignore it because I didn't want to be in a sad, depressed mood, because I easily can get emotionally, you know, like start trying to go into a bad place. And I was already upset about hearing that that was that guy that got shot and killed today, but that kid was 22 years old. He came here from another state. Someone brought him and someone else here, like from the dealership, and it's just like senseless, like, but it's, you know, it's happening all over the planet. Like people are literally going crazy, and right now it's just like, you know, things are getting so bad, and it's like even the people who are having like their awakening and having their spiritual journey, and they know like God on a personal level, or they have their angels that come down and help them, or they communicate with them, or whatever the case is, like it is still terrible, you know. And it's just really overwhelming, and it's like people right now need like a saving grace, like they need something to be happy about, to be positive about, because everywhere you turn, like it's just terrible. Like I went to get my son something from like a fast food place, and there was like bullet holes like in the menu glass. You know, you have to kind of watch everywhere where you're at. You don't, it's just so terrible. But the thing is right now is that we're just being urged to like meditate or like dig inside yourself, go deep inside yourself, because that's where you're gonna get the answers and the guidance, and you're gonna get like that strength from. And so many of my readings, like the strength card's coming out, the patience card is coming out. It's really just a terrible time, you know. And even for my own kids, because we're very close and we talk about so much, but even for my own kids to just be like, I don't even want to bring kids into this world. It's just getting that bad. And it's just, you know, like, when is it gonna let up? But right now we are supposed to guide each other, help each other, learn from each other, and just spread and speak positiveness into each other. Like, that is truly what is the goal, you know. And it's just like when I was at the store today, you know, getting stuff to, it's like coming out here too. When I was at the store, and just the way that the person was behind me, and then I accidentally rang something up twice, so I had to go and like get that straightened out. And the lady who helped us, you know, was just like the energy and the negativity and just it was terrible. Me and my son just looked at each other like with no words, just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why? What is really going on? And I feel like there's just like a spiritual battle, and it's like, I see the reason. I mean, I'm not condoning this in any way. Please believe me, and please understand that. Like, I am 1000% not condoning anybody's violence or anybody's decisions and making bad choices at all. But I'm able to get a different perspective to see why people are resorting to violence or resorting to theft, because it's getting harder and harder and harder for people to feed their family. And it's like, you can't get a good paying job. Like, a bachelor's degree pretty much right now, like, doesn't even fucking cut it. Like, you got to go rack up more student debt to go get a master's degree just to fucking live well, just to be able to feed your kids and send your kids to college and get them set up, and then like help them when you become a grandparent. It's just like, it's getting crazy out there. And the message is like, we genuinely, literally are supposed to raise the literal, actual vibration of this planet. Like, look, the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, that's like the fakeness of like, it's like the fakeness of the way the system is set up. Okay, deceit. Like, I know a lot of you already know this, but I didn't know what was going to come out doing this video tonight. But it is just like, I was urged to just sit here and get on camera and just say, get to know yourself, get to ask for your angels and for your guides to come and speak with you, get to know God, accept God. And again, it doesn't have to be a church or religion or anything like that, Muslim, this, that, none of that matters. There is one creator. There is one Alpha and Omega. So however you want to see that person, if you want to see him painted as like the portrait in like human form like us, then fine. If you want to think of him as however, but it's him or her, but God is God, period, point blank. God is God. And you're just being urged to happy family, to patience. Yeah, my God, it doesn't stop coming out. Patience. You're just being urged to like seek, ask for healing, protection, guidance. You know, we're not anxiety. Look, right across from each other, deceit and anxiety. Storm warning, like, the shit is getting so bad. it's getting so bad, and it's just like, when is it gonna let up? Like, but I feel like it's not, you know, it's more to tap into yourself. And I think I want to get some ancestors, to be honest with you. Go inside yourself, or help someone else. If you know that someone is suffering, be that light for them, be that person to talk to, be that shoulder to cry on, you know. And it's like, I don't want to talk about sensitive subjects, but it just seems like it's making people feel so hopeless, you know. And but right now it's like on a collective level, on a planetary level, not screw United States, like, not, I'm not talking about just our country, I'm talking about globally. Like, we need to do something different. Or, you know, the way that people are just so ugly and nasty to each other and rude, and like, I truly am understanding now how a lot of times people have awakenings and stuff like that, or they have spiritual encounters, spiritual journey, whatever you, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it, right? They're getting up, picking up, and like quitting their job, like paralegals, like nurses. It doesn't, like, people are literally leaving the workforce because they're just seeing what is, and it's just fucking terrible. And it's like, they rather just go off and, you know, live a simple life for peace of mind. Lady, oh yeah, great teacher, yeah. Oracle, wait, important information. Look at this, you guys. Look at the shit. I'm not bullshitting. And someone can, you know, you guys can think like, oh wow, she's weird, she's crazy. This is not coincidence. It's not like this. I'm realizing and knowing that I've been channeling all of these years. I've always known it. I've always would tell my mom stuff like, hey, that friend of yours, 16, 17, 13, whatever, that friend, mom, why are you so rude to the lady, my friend that comes over here? And I'm like, she's not good. She's not a good person, right? They had friendship for so many years. Come to find out, she did something very terrible, like unforgivable. And I didn't want to go back and say, see, I told you so, but I just was able to sense it. And it's so ironic how you can always like sense that with other people, but you can't ever tell that for your own self, right? Empty well, time to replenish. Like, everybody just needs to, I'm not saying like love each other, but at least realize what's going on around you, as far as like, it's just, it's a scam. It's like a giant scam. All of it. It's a scam. You know, I don't even want to start getting into like prejudice or anything like that. People who are prejudiced, but all that stuff like that is out of fear, out of trying to control, out of, I feel like on a worldly level that there's higher institutions that understand and know who we are, so they dumb us down with our social media. They dumb us down with like, here, buy this. Don't sit there and really get to know yourself, or contact your higher self, or contact God and discover who you really are. No, we're gonna throw this at you. It's like, you know how you're like trying to lure somebody here like with treats or something like that. And I'm not saying that we're bad people, or we're dumb, or we're this or that because we fall for it. But if you really have not went inside and really try to tap into the stillness to find out, to quiet the noise, to sit there in silence by yourself and really Just open yourself up, but just be very quiet and respond to or observe, be the observer of what you receive, whether it's through sight, sound, smell, feeling, intuition, words, vibration. And it's so insane because I did not know anything like this. Like, I had a completely different belief about so many things, and I struggled for a good 3-4 weeks when all of this started happening to me, and I started researching what was happening. Like, I was literally able to close my eyes and just start to see these patterns that I've never seen before in my life. But then as soon as I start researching all of this stuff that has to do with spirituality, and I'm like, those are the symbols I was seeing with my eyes closed, but in color. That's not a hallucination, okay? So it's just more or less of you guys knowing someone who is struggling, or if you have someone in your life that's telling you stuff like this, like, it is really truly real, and it's up to everyone to make their own decision about that. But it's so funny because I have watched my own for myself. I've watched videos and like would hear how someone just goes on a rant about like information that they received, and I would like click off the video like, that's weird as fuck. Like, they're getting like really super aggressive, but I understand, and it's just like, it's out of anger. Like, wow, they really think that we're that dumb that we don't get it. But I understand now, because it's literally happening to me, and I never knew what it was. I never knew what that was. But it's just like saying, before things get too bad and you get wrapped up in like negativeness, like having friends who are just like, you know, like kind of in a brainwashing way, like, screw it, you know, your job says that they don't want to do this or they don't want to be this. Like, well, I know where they live. Like, we could just go take whatever they can, like, to do things that are bad, that are going to get you hemmed up. Like, that's what I'm trying to express. That's what I'm trying to get out. That's the information that that I was told to sit down and just make a video about, because it'll reach somebody who might be able to release it, who might be able to receive the message of what I'm saying, or they're going through it. But these 3 women right here, it's just crazy to me. And look how they're all wearing red. Isn't that, it's just, I don't love and let yourself be loved. An oracle waiting for important information. Sitting there being in silence and waiting for that information, for that guidance, for that love, for that peace, for that joy. Like for that, to stop worrying for whatever it is that you need to hear. That's how it comes to you. I mean, for most people, I mean, I can't say how it's going to come for, you know, 100%, but that's usually the way it comes. Or when someone hits their rock bottom. Connection. You know, so right now is the time to like mend family, you know, make it right with someone. If you're having a dispute with someone that's, you know, you care about, a friend, someone that you're holding a grudge over, it's important to you, yes, because your feelings are valid, but it's just like there's so much more going on, that things like that, like, you, instead of living in regret or being regretful about not humbling ourselves or having the pride to go back and say, hey, like, this is petty, let's just put it to the side, and, you know, you're an important person in my life. That's kind of like, you know, this message is for you if that's someone that you have in your life that you're having some type of issue with, because right now it's just getting harder and harder to turn to people, because, you know, things are bad. You know, houses are getting, there was a house where I live where there was someone, they had 3 children in there and they perished. Something happened in Los Angeles where somebody was just really having some type of mental issue. A well-respected person that had an awesome job just got in the car and did like 105, 110 and just smacked into a car, killed like 4 or 5 people. And in that car was a woman who was like 8 months pregnant with some other kids, and the father dead. You know, it's just like, I have the chills so bad. But we don't know what and when, but it's just the message is just like, if things are going wrong or bad and you don't know what to do or how to fix it, go inside yourself, ask for help. Literally, and I'm telling you out of experience, if you sit still in private and you say, hey, God, if you're there, if you can hear me, if you're real, I need you. Please come to me. Please help me. Please, whatever. That's how it happened for me. And I haven't really told my whole story about that. But that I had a really, really severe concussion, and I think it was like going on almost week 2 where my head was splitting. Like I couldn't, I lost my memory. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't cook for my kids. It was bad. And this was years ago, 6 years ago. And it was really hard. And I actually did that. And I was heavy in the church. I just got baptized, and I was kind of in there like, hey, I went in the bathroom and I was like, hey, if you're there, if you're real, like I was just so broken at that time. Like if you could hear me, if you're there, you know, if you love me, if I'm deserving, can you please take my headache away? And when I went to sleep, I think I slept maybe 4 or 5 hours. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning when I did that, and I woke up from a dream just crying and hysterical. But I actually was in the presence of something that is just unexplainable. And so that's how it happened for me. But even then, that many years ago, I was still kind of like, okay, I know and I experienced this, and I know that that was a very real feeling because I was able to feel, or someone was showing me love, or the love that I was encountering is not human love. It is not from this world. It is magnified times infinity. Infinity times infinity times infinity times infinity squared. And that is not something, if you don't know something, if you have no knowledge of anything, I don't know how to explain it. So I urge you, if you're struggling and you're having a hard time, because it is very important right now, things are getting way, way worse. And we're having a spiritual battle right now. It's happening now. And everybody is just trying to blind us from that with, you know, cars, phones, you know, get this, do that, you know, spend all your money on this. It's just, I see it, and I can't believe I was so blind to it. My children are seeing it for themselves, and I feel like this generation and generations to come are going to, like, in masses, get the vibration higher on this planet, you know, so that everyone that's here, or most people that are here, when they leave this place, like they're in peace, they're in harmony when they go. So this life that we are living, this is to be a teach. This is we're here to learn. That's all. We're just here to learn. So when we're done here, we just advance on. I understand that now. So yes, you guys, I know it probably didn't make much sense, my rambling, but I did receive those messages, and I was forced to sit down and get on camera, and hopefully this will resonate with someone. Hopefully this is going to be a message that somebody needs to hear. I don't expect my channel to ever really get big or for me to grow. But I am hoping that someone will be able to learn something from the messages that I get, or someone will be able to heal or just get some type of peace or something from the information that I get. I just want to help. It's an overwhelming feeling to just want to help. So you guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And that is going to be it for tonight's video. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you all are well. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.